Once upon a time, there lived a child who loved the sky more than the earth. Yuriga. He was only 9 years old, but he carried countless sky dreams in his head. For him, clouds were not just white puffs of cotton but doors where adventures begin. At school, when math and physics lessons started, his eyes would light up. Before the teacher even finished asking the question, Yuriga's hand, or rather his finger, would shoot up into the air. His classmates were used to his excitement. Some would smile, some would say, "Yuriga knew it again." He, however, felt each correct answer like a little rocket thrust lifting him toward the sky. When weekends came, the wide lawns became his playground. Holding a colorful kite in his hand, he would run as if it would pierce the sky. As his kite rose, he felt himself grow lighter, a bit higher, a bit closer to the clouds. His father's love showed in the presents he brought. Yuriga's room was full of model airplanes and model spacecraft. The shelves were packed with winged friends and tiny rockets. He spent most of his time at home playing with those models without getting bored, stroking their wings and spinning their propellers. Sometimes he'd get so carried away. Even at dinner, one hand would hold a spoon while the other flew a toy airplane. His mother would laugh and say, "Yuriga, pilots eat too." He would reply, "But pilots always fly." One day his father surprised him with an unforgettable trip. He took him to the Air and Space Museum. Yuriga's heart beat faster as he walked under the shadows of giant rockets and beneath the wings of old planes. He peered into cockpits and whispered, "One day I'll look at the sky from here too." In the museum's most special corner, his father bought him a cosmonaut helmet. When Yuriga put the helmet on, the whole world seemed to go quiet. He could hear only his own breath and heartbeat. He didn't take the helmet off that night. The next day he proudly wore the helmet to school. His friends were surprised and smiled. When the teacher said, "Looks like there's a cosmonaut in class today," Yuriga didn't hesitate. "I'm just a student for now, but I'll be a cosmonaut soon," he said. At night, wrapped in his blanket with his eyes closed, he always saw the same dream. Sometimes gliding through clouds from an airplane cockpit, sometimes looking at the blue earth from a giant rocket's window. His dreams were big, and they filled him like wind fills a kite. Years passed. The dreams didn't fade as he grew up. They grew bigger. With math notebooks, physics books, and flight simulators, Yuriga truly stepped into the profession he had dreamed of. He became a cosmonaut. On his desk at the office, there was a photo everyone could see. In the photo, little Yuriga and his father were smiling at the Air and Space Museum. The cosmonaut helmet was in the picture. When Yuriga looked at that photo, he saw not only his past but the first step he had taken toward his future. When he was 27, he was given the greatest mission of his life. A mission to the Mir space station. He trained for months. Putting on his astronaut suit, memories of playing with toy planes at the dinner table as a child, those evenings with his mother and father, floated through his mind. Then the day came. The rocket engines thundered. The ground shook, and the sky was painted with fire. Yuriga rose into the sky in a real spacecraft, to the same heavens he once sent his kite. Days later, he stood at the window of the Mir space station. In front of him, the blue earth shone in the endless darkness. Clouds drifted slowly. Oceans shimmered like silver ribbons. Yuriga's heart swelled with both peace and pride. At that moment, something small at the edge of the window caught his eye. The photo of him and his father, the old picture. The photo smiled just as it did years ago. Yuriga gently touched the frame with his fingertips. "We did it, Dad," he whispered. And in that moment, the tiny child's dream that began with a kite had crossed the skies and stars to become real.